Burley in Wharfdale is a commuter settlement in West Yorkshire, located close to the famous Ilkley Moor. A commuter settlement is a place where people live and travel elsewhere for work. Over 30 trains per day connect the village railway station with the city of Leeds, a distance of 11 miles and a journey time ranging from just over 20 minutes. A further 30 trains per day connect the village with the city of Bradford, 8 miles away, with journey times of just over 25 minutes. This quick and reliable transport system means people can work in the city by day and enjoy the peace and tranquility of village life at night. Since 1981, the population of Burley and Wharfdale has more than doubled to 7,100 people in the 2011 census. With plans for a further 625 houses to be added to the village in the near future, its growth is set to continue. The village is an extremely popular place to live, and the average price of a house in Burley and Wharfdale in 2021 was 60% higher than Yorkshire as a whole, with an average of £350,000 per property. 56% of the population are of working age, which is lower than the national average. A further quarter of the people are 65 years or over, which is much higher than the country as a whole. Around a fifth of the residents are children, helping to support a good range of local primary schools, although older children must travel further afield for their lessons. Most people in the village travel 10 kilometres or more to their place of work each day. Given the excellent rail connections, it is surprising that only 17% of residents make that journey by train. Even so, at peak times rail services run at capacity. 70% of people prefer to travel in a car or van, and the A65 and A660 are primary trunk roads linking Burley and Wharfdale with cities and towns in the region. Prior to 1995, the A65 main road passed through the village, and there were serious traffic issues, increased by the village's narrow roads. The introduction of a 3.2 kilometre, £5.5 million dual carriageway bypass made a massive difference, but traffic congestion has simply moved elsewhere. The roads heading into Leeds and Bradford, for example, are regularly gridlocked by commuters heading into work on a morning and setting off home in the afternoons. The issues associated with commuter settlements extend further than the settlements themselves. Although the extra people living in the expanding village will boost some local businesses, it can have negative effects, such as putting pressure on local services like schools and GP surgeries, and affecting the range of shops that are available. As Burley and Wharfdale has developed into a commuter settlement, and the bypass has removed traffic passing through the village, older residents have noticed a decline in the shops and services available. They remember when there was a wider choice, including 4 butchers, cake and bread shops, 2 chemists, 2 greengrocers, a fishmonger and 4 fish and chip shops. Pubs and restaurants appear to be thriving, but many shops and services have disappeared, partly because commuters prefer the choice and convenience offered by big city centre shops that can be easily accessed when they are at their place of work. Providing local jobs for people might reverse some of the changes, but local employment opportunities have not grown at the same rate as the new housing. Employment in local manufacturing has declined significantly. Local employment opportunities are limited, and 80% of businesses have fewer than 4 employees. The largest employers in Burley and Wharfdale are the primary schools and the village co-op. There is part-time work available in pubs and catering, but inevitably people must travel to full-time employment, adding further pressure to local transport networks. Younger people find it harder to find well-paid jobs locally and are squeezed out of the village, replaced by older, better-off residents with good jobs in the cities. With fewer people spending time in the village during the day, places such as Burley and Wharfdale are often described as being dormitory settlements, where many commuters sleep overnight, but but travel to work elsewhere during the day. Burley in Wharfdale is a beautiful village with its own individual character, reinforced by the large areas of open land and green spaces that surround it. Preserving this distinctive character is a key issue for the area. Minimising the impact of new developments is essential, but too much new housing development has not been in keeping with the village and is poorly landscaped. There is pressure to allow changes that will affect what makes the village special, such as the buildings and the open spaces. A green belt is an area of land with fields or parks around a town or city where people are not allowed to build houses or factories by law. The area surrounding Burley and Wharfdale is designated as greenbelt land in order to protect it. Therefore, many people cannot believe the proposed new housing developments, which have been given the go-ahead even though they are on greenbelt land. With better transport technology and road links, people can now live further from their place of work, and they are crying out to live in attractive places, such as Burley and Wharfdale. But this is putting increasing pressure on the greenbelt areas.